What did I miss? So update me on life real quick before we jump in. The good, the bad, the ugly, the cute. What did I miss, man? Where are you at right now? I
Oh,
can't hear. Yeah, there we
I
go.
can't hear you. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
All right, great. Yeah, I was saying, update me on life. Where you been? The good, the bad, the ugly, the cute. I feel like were you did you go to Epiphany the other day? I felt like I saw you.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Okay, that's my church. That's my home church. So,
Oh, yeah. I started
yeah.
going there. Just kind of see, figure out the church. A little bit.
Yeah, okay. That's what's up. Because I was like, is that him? But when I after service, I wasn't able to go up, but hopefully we'll see each other again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Hopefully,
out of
yeah.
town this Sunday, um, but yeah, update me, man, before we jump in.
Oh, yeah. So right now, I finished college. Well, this month I finished college completely. I already graduated, but like I'll actually finish.
Congratulations.
Yeah, at the end of this month I'll be done with college. And right now, I'm working two jobs. I have two security jobs.
Okay.
One with well, two security. One in the office building. The other one is event security. But like the event security is like I work whenever I want to. Like I can pick up a shift if I want to. If I don't want to work, then
Oh,
you know.
nice.
And the other one is flex. So like I only work like if someone is calling out or like if they need somebody. So
Okay.
it's not like a set schedule, but it's still consistent. But
Yeah, we got to
while
start
I'm still in
somewhere.
school,
You're working. You're working. Come on. I love it. And what did you what was your degree in?
criminal justice bachelor's.
Yes, I remember now. That's awesome, Daryl. Congratulations, man. All right. So we're here. Yeah, lots has happened since we last met, or since yeah, the program like 3 years ago. But one of my goals right now with Student Investors Club, it's really this platform and a community of students, young people, right, college age, right, students like yourself who are your age who are either in school or recent graduates, a community for you to just invest in yourself, both in your financial well-being, but holistically. Because at Student Dream, we're all about holistic wealth, which is
Yeah.
where you're earning and you're saving more than you spend with joy, with integrity and generosity. So we really
Mm.
want to make sure that the whole self is healthy and thriving. And so with the Investors Club, this just makes it easy to regularly connect with each other every week, right? Quick check-in to go over specific topics and be able to answer the questions that you have, and really just make sure that you're making those small steps towards where you want to be, towards where you need to be
Hmm.
financially. All right. So whatever topics you want to hear from, I'm totally here to answer them for you. And this is for anybody else who will be joining later on, anybody else who's listening to or watching this the playback, really wanting this to be that time for you to get your money questions answered. And so
Yeah.
for today's session, we are talking about how to hit your money goals. This is one of
Hmm.
my favorite topics because I'm a dreamer and I got goals, I got dreams. I still have, it's not a big dream, but I would like to be a millionaire. That would be fun. But I have other money goals that are very, very specific, that are very measurable, and that are
Yeah.
achievable, and they're relevant to me. And I have a time associated with it, right? And
Okay.
so when it comes to how do you win your money goals, a lot of people have broad goals or are like, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that, but they don't actually achieve it. And that's
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
that's the issue, right? That's the issue, to have a goal and not achieve it. And that's
Yeah.
not what we're about at Student Dream. I'm gonna help you not only set a goal, but also achieve those goals. And so for people, you know me, Daryl. Some folks may not know me, but again, I'm Nina Ugwoma. I'm the founder and the CEO here at Student Dream, where we help students of color build wealth and win with money before and after graduation, because we do not believe in the broke college student. We do not believe that every student has to be a broke college student. Hashtag not a broke college student. Okay. And so, in order to do that, it does take strategy, it does take a game plan, And that's where we provide you with the training, the coaching, the content and inspiration that you need to become financially healthy and win with money before and after graduation. And so with this first idea of how do you win with money, how do you actually achieve your money goals, the first thing is to have a goal. Have a goal, right? If I were to ask the average student right now, what are your money goals? They would say, oh, maybe get an internship or have a job after graduation. That's not a strong goal, right? Because it's not
Yeah.
specific. There's no number attached to it, right? There's no time attached to it. For us to really have goals that we actually achieve and money goals that we have to achieve, they have to be smart. Some of you have heard
Mm-hmm.
this before. That means they have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be achievable, right? You can't say, oh, I want to be a millionaire by next month. That's not
Mm-hmm.
achievable,
Yeah.
right? They have to be relevant, right? Because I always say this, personal finance is personal. So your goal, Daryl, will be different from my goal. For
Mm-hmm.
anybody who's listening, like your goal is maybe different from my goal. I want to save up $50,000 every year so I can travel to multiple countries every single year. You know, like my specific goal, I want to double my income by December, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's a specific number attached to that, but that may be different from your goal. So you want to make sure that every single money goal you have, that it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and it's time bound. And time bound means there is a start date and an end date. Okay, because there's a start date and an end date, you got to be accountable to what you want to achieve. So that means when Daryl, right, when you tell me, oh, Coach Nena, I'm trying to save $1,000 by August 1st, that means come August 1st, when we meet, I get to check in on you, Daryl, and be like, oh, did you hit the goal? But
Mm-hmm.
not only do we do that, but I also get to check in with you every week during our investors club meetings to see, okay, did you save $250 this week? $250 the next week, right? To make
Yeah.
sure that you're tracking. And those are the same KPIs that people use every single day in workplaces. And what's great is a lot of times when we're doing this work in Student Investors Club and with your goals, it's going to translate into other areas of your life. Okay. Give me one quick second, Daryl. One quick second. I'll be right back. All right. So that's the number one thing. We have to have money goals. Okay. And so my question for you is, what are your specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound money goals? Okay, so that's a question that I'm gonna let you think about real quick, and then we'll
Mm-hmm.
come back to it. So that's number one. In order to achieve your money goals, you need to have money goals. The biggest issue that I see with students is that they're not managing their money. They're spending money, they're earning money, right? Whether that's through your part-time job, whether that's through the student loans, scholarships, money's coming in and money's being spent, but money is not being managed. And so if you want to win with your money goals, the second part is to not only have your money goals, but the second step is to have money goals in the 4 areas of your finances that need to be managed. Okay. So number 1 is have money goals. And then number 2 is to have money goals in the 4 areas that you need to have money goals in. And that means those 4 areas are the following: earning, saving, investing, and spending. And I would actually add a bonus one of giving, right? Because giving is part of who we are as people. For us to really live true, holistic, life-giving, thriving lives, we need to give. Okay, so
Earning, saving, investing,
earning, saving, investing, spending,
spending.
and giving. Okay, earning, saving, investing, spending, and giving. So you need to have specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals in each of those areas. All right. And then once we do that, right? Number 3, how to achieve your money goals. Be patient because things take time. And then number 4 is be accountable. Right? You got to track it. If we're serious about this, we have to actually look back and see, all right, how am I doing every week, every month, every quarter? And those are the 4 ways that we can achieve our money goals. Number 1, have money goals. Because so many of y'all don't have goals. Have money goals, and have money goals that are smart, right? When I say goals, I really mean smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So you have to have money goals. Number 2, you have to have money goals in the 5 areas of your money: earning, saving, investing, spending, and giving. Number 3, be patient because this stuff takes time. And then number 4, be accountable because we gotta be accountable for our actions and be able to track how are we actually doing. And that's why I love connecting this with exercise. So I'm really into exercise and fitness, and I have my daily, weekly fitness plan, and every single week I'll go in and write what workouts did I do this week? How much weight did I lift? And I'll track that every single week to see if it's improving or if it's getting worse, because that'll tell me, okay, if it's improving, I'm doing what I need to be doing. If it's not, then I need to adjust something. Okay. And it's even more important, like when you're eating, right? You can easily track, okay, this is the food I ate. My weight's staying the same. My weight's going down, going up. All right. So that's it. And so now how do you apply this? Okay. So Daryl, it's great. You got me one-on-one today, and you're going to be a great example of what it looks like to kind of be in the Student Investors Club and get the coaching. And so what I want to hear from you is, let's start with the first step, is to have smart money goals. So before we even go on to step 2, answer me this: what are your money goals as of today, July 10th, 2024? What are your money goals?
For now, I think one of my goals is to clear off my credit card debt that I have.
All right. I love it. Anything else?
Um, to be able to, yes, pay off my car note in the next like maybe like 5 years.
All right. Pay off car note in the next 5 years. Anything else off the top?
Mm, that's about it for now.
All right. All right. I love it. So you talked to me about what's top of mind. Now we're gonna dig a little deeper and make sure that we have goals in the 5 areas, right? Okay. And even with those first goals, we want to make these more specific. So let me backtrack. Before I go on to the next step, you said you want to clear off your credit card debt, and you said you want to pay off your car note in the next 5 years. So I want us to get more specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound with that first goal. So talk to me, and this is a safe space, right?
Mhm.
So how much credit card debt do you have? So we can get
Um,
specific with that number.
it's 1,000. Sorry, 1,988.
All
Like
right.
almost 2,000. Almost
See, now
2,000.
you know. we're going to be super specific. So you want to pay off $1,988 of credit card debt by when? When's our deadline?
I should be able to do that by the end of this year.
Okay, by December 31st?
Yeah.
All right. Boom. There we got a specific goal. It's measurable. And so what we're in July, August, September, October, November, December. So that's 6 months. Just say 2,000 divided by 6 is what? That's a little over, that's like 4 months or three and some change. So yeah, if you put towards that maybe $300, $400, you can definitely be done in the next 6 months. And so I would actually encourage you, because credit card debt, because the interest rates are so high, right? It's better to pay off the debt as soon as possible, because every month that goes by and there's that balance, then you're getting charged that 20% or more of interest.
Mm.
Okay. So if you're able to, right, if you can move some things around and if you're able to pay that off sooner, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I talk about this more in our Money Matters course, just talking about how credit, being in debt, right? There's a cost of borrowing, and that cost is interest, and how interest can either work for you or against you. It can work for you if you're investing in the stock market, or it can work against you if you have to actually pay that cost of borrowing money, which in the case of credit card is normally upwards of 20% or more. Okay, so that's my question for you, Daryl. Do you think you can pay that off quicker?
With the jobs I have now, I don't think so.
Okay.
But
Okay,
like
so
by the
that,
end of this summer, if I started like a full-time job, then maybe, yeah.
ooh, say that again. Say that again for the people in the back.
By the end of the summer, if I start a full-time job, then yeah, I can.
All right. And
Uh,
that's great, because that goes into our second step, right? Which is having money goals in those 5 areas: earning, saving, investing, spending, and giving. A lot of times, right, people can be doing a decent job saving, can be managing their expenses well, can be investing. But if you're only making a certain amount, right, there's a ceiling to
mm-hmm.
how much you can save, how much you can invest, how much you can give. And so a lot of times, right, even in my own personal life, I've realized like, yo, I need to get a better job. I need to make more money. The reason why my goal by the end of this year is to double my income is because therapy is expensive. I've found a great therapist. She's amazing. Shout out to Ann Elliott. Right. But those sessions ain't cheap, and that's out of network too, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to continue making that investment. And I want to invest more money in the stock market, right? I want to start saving more aggressively for a house. I want to be able to get massages every single week and not trip
Mm-hmm.
about it. I want to travel a lot more, because that's just something I enjoy. And based on how much I'm making now, I'm at a capacity. And so I need to make more money. And so I'm laser focused on figuring out, what are those jobs, those clients that I need to secure, or the skills that I need to continue cultivating to earn more money. Okay, so definitely something that you're going to need to do, Daryl, is really figure out, is make more money. And you can absolutely do it, but I really want you to take some time to drill in and think about, hey, what is my earnings goal? And let's get specific with that. And so we'll touch on that in a sec. But also number two, right? You said pay off your car note in the next 5 years. So definitely want you to, again, because that car note, right, you borrow, that's a piece of debt as well. You want to be able to pay that off as soon as you can also.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just because the sooner we get out of debt, the more money we have to save and invest.
Oh,
The
I see.
sooner we
Yeah.
get out of debt, the more money we have to save and invest. And I always encourage students to be aggressive with saving and investing because time is your biggest advantage. Because how old are you, Daryl?
23.
23. Oh, yo, time is your biggest advantage, man. If you are 23 years old, you start investing aggressively today, right? 20 years from now, you could be retired potentially. 30 years from now, you could be retired potentially. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna show you how. So another goal that you'll eventually get accustomed to creating is these investment goals. And one of the goals that I have all of our students understand and think through currently is all around their investing in retirement. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna share my screen. This is one of my favorite tools. This tool, okay, this tool is called the investment calculator, okay? So here we go, here we go. So we are gonna go to investor.gov, and this is the compound interest calculator. This is gonna show you how much money, this is just how your money can grow. All right, so let's say you started with an initial investment of $1,000, right? Today, you started with $1,000. How much money, right, can you contribute, Daryl, today to an investment account every month?
Mm, like $35.
All right, $35. Okay. And so let's say you do that from you're 23 years old. Let's say you do that from 23 to 60. All right. So that is 47 years or 37 years. Okay. Average interest rate and return on investment is 7% annually every year in the stock market. And so if you invest $35 a year, right, between now and the next 36 years, 37 years, you'll have in total it contributed only about like $17,000, but that $17,000 will be worth nearly 80,000.
Mm,
But let's take it a step further, because if you are in the Student Investors Club and if you are in the Student Dream community, you're investing much more than $35 a month. I'm not doing my job correctly. And all of the other volunteers, coaches at Student Dream are not doing their job correctly if you're just investing $35 a month. No, no, no. My goal is to have every student investing $500 a month at least. Okay. And
mm,
let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to that $80,000 if we're investing 500. That 80,000 becomes almost a million.
wow.
So we ain't do it. So $35 is not the target, Daryl. What's the target?
500.
500. All right, but for real, I want you to be a millionaire. We're practically at $1 million. Let's just put that 500 to 550. Let's see what that does. A millionaire. Come on, man. I want my goal for you, Daryl, is to see you be a millionaire. And certainly, right? Certainly you can afford $550. We're gonna get you there. All
Hmm.
right. So just to show you that power of investing, and because the sooner we can pay off that car note, because what's your monthly car note right now?
Like 788.
788, right? Imagine if you didn't have to pay that 788 and that 788 was going towards investing. Let's share my screen one more time. Let's actually see what happens. Let's see what happens when we go from paying 788 for a car note to paying 788 towards investments. Let's see what this $1 million turns into. 1.5.
5.
Come on. So you see where I'm going with this? All right. So I want to make sure that you're in a position, Daryl, where you're able to have that extra.
Hmm.
Okay. So we have this car note. What's the total loan amount of uh, Your car loan.
I think it's like 30 something thousand. Like 30.
Okay. So this is something we got to know these numbers. All right. So a big part of being able to create these specific goals is to really
Mm,
know our numbers. Okay. And so that's your homework to go and look at how much that debt actually is. And then from there we can start getting aggressive on a payment plan.
mhm,
Because if it's $30,000, let's say what 30,000 um divided by 5, that could be like 8, trying to shoot for 8,000 a month, or you'd have to pay 6,000 a year to pay that off in 5 years. But we may be able to make that get more aggressive on that. Does that make
mm.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's definitely make sure to get clear on how much you owe, and then we can start putting things into a budget, right? Which honestly is one of the biggest steps, but we'll talk about how to create your first budget next week, so that you all will start to hit your money goals, because it's one thing to have goals, money goals, to have money goals in the 5 most important areas, to be patient and be accountable. But part of being accountable is you having a budget and tracking that budget and using that budget. And so next week we're going to talk about budgeting so we can make sure that you're hitting those money goals you have. All right. So we talked about your goals specifically. We got those goals a bit more smarter. So now your main goal, you want to pay off that, I'm just going to round it to $2,000 of credit card debt by the end of the year, December 31st. And then you want to pay off your car note for now. I'm going to say, you said 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say July 10th, 2029. Or no, that's 5 years. Yep, that's 2029. But Lord willing, we're going to do that a lot faster and a lot sooner. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by figuring out this earning goal. Okay, so talk to me, Daryl. What is your earning goal? And let's just do a short-term goal, and then we can do a little long-term. So short-term, super short-term is the end of this year, right? December 2024.
Mm.
Okay, so talk me through, what is your earnings goal? How much money do you want to be making every single month and or annually by December of 2024? Because
Mm,
there's a cap on security, on how much you can make in security. And with your degree, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely want to see you in a career that's earning at least, right? I mean, most entry level jobs, at least 70,000 in New York
yeah.
City.
70, yeah.
Okay. Um, but based on your skills, based on your networking, based on what you're looking for, you can definitely make upwards of 100,000, 150,000 in New York City. So it
Hmm.
really all depends on what your skills are and your network. So talk to me about December 2024. How
Um,
much do you want to be making?
like 2,000 a month.
2,000 a month. No, I don't accept that. 2,000 a month.
I'll say for now, maybe like
2,000 a month. That's only 2,000 a month only is $24,000 a year.
oh,
And you have a degree. You have a degree. The average degree holder in New York City, I think the average starting salary is maybe 50,000. I need to look that up, but I would aim higher, definitely, because of your degree and your skills. Well, how about this? How about this? What type of role do you want to be in?
like law enforcement.
Law enforcement. Okay. Look up for me. Look up quickly. How much does the average police officer make? Starting salary. Because the average starting salary for a police officer is definitely more than $24,000 a year. You will not be making, I think that's the poverty level in New York. And that's
Like
for someone with,
121, no, 50, starting salary is like 58,000.
all right. Okay. So if the starting salary is 58,000, that should be the baseline. If that's the type of career you want to be in. And so how long does it take to, where are you now in that process of getting into law enforcement?
Um, right now, I'm just once I get my degree, I'm gonna be applying to like different federal law enforcement jobs or state law enforcement jobs.
Okay. And so what's the timeline there? Right? Because
Um,
the sooner you apply, the sooner, because isn't there an academy? Don't you have to go to police academy and all that?
oh yeah.
So yeah, so when are those deadlines? Because we're in
Um,
July.
well, I could start applying well by the end of this month, and then till like early the middle of August.
Okay. So you have to have a bachelor's degree?
Yeah, bachelor's degree, yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so that means, and then what happens? How long until you hear back? Is there like an application cycle
Yeah, there's like
or
a
is,
process. For the federal, I think it takes like six up to 6 months.
okay. Okay. And I have a friend who is a retired detective. So if you want to talk to him, again, just for networking, I'll be happy to make that introduction. So just let me know. But
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be serious and we gotta, if this is the route you want to take, um, definitely start doing the right networking, doing your work, to get there. Okay. So
Yeah.
December, so our target is 58,000 by December. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. And so we'll talk about this. We'll probably have to talk about this during a coaching session. But after you set those goals, the next step is, well, what's my strategy to get there? Okay. And so there's some gaps in your strategy right now. But in order for us to get there, we got to figure out, well, how am I going to get that job that's going to pay that amount?
Mm-hmm.
But for now we do have that goal of 58,000 by the end of the year. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And so next we have our earning goal. Now, what's your savings goal? Right? So how much do you want to be saving every month by the end of the year?
I want to be saving like at least 1,000 a month.
All right. I love it. So we got earning 58K, saving 1,000. How much do you want to be investing every single month by December?
Um, 400.
400. All right. And then when it comes to your spending limit, right? What's going to be your monthly spending limit every month?
Mm,
And the key factor is just make sure you're spending less than you're earning every month.
mm, like
And
2,000.
okay. And mind you, a lot of these numbers, for us to get to these, we're going to have to look at your budget. Okay. And so that's going to really help us to make these numbers more realistic. But I got you on 2,000. So we got earnings, we got savings, we got investing, we have spending. Now, giving by the end of the year, how much do you want to be giving every single month to whatever causes, people, things that you care about?
600.
All right. Come on, philanthropist. Okay. He's like, I got a wife at home. I need to take care of her. All right. So we got the goals. Okay. So now the next step is to be patient, right? Because this stuff takes time. This is not a marathon. I always say at Student Dream, we're not about getting rich quickly, but we're about building wealth slowly. Okay. Everything at Student Dream is not about getting rich quickly, but about building wealth slowly. And that's what we want to set you up for. And so in order to do that, you have to be patient. And then after you're being patient, next step is to be accountable, right? Part of the reasons why we have the Student Investors Club is to give you that accountability, the accountability that you need in order to hit these goals, right? It doesn't
Mhm.
happen by accident. And so that's why we're going to be checking in. We have these sessions every single week to go over different topics. But then we also have that premium coaching membership where you're able to have extra time with me and our other coaches to really help you build out that strategy that you need to get to the next step. Okay. And so that coaching program will allow you to connect with a coach every single month, right? So that we can really go over your strategy, make sure that you're making the right steps, you're making the adjustments that you need, that we're able to make introductions on your behalf to people like my friend who works in law enforcement, or my friend who works at this financial services firm, or at this company, because that network is really going to help open up those doors of opportunity, helping you with your mindset and just thinking bigger, right? Because you just said before that you want to make $24,000 a year in New York City. No, that's unacceptable. You will not be able to live a wealthy life of earning more than you earning and saving more than you spend with joy, integrity, and generosity with $24,000 a year in New York City, right? But you may not have known that if I didn't tell you that. And so our
Yeah,
coaches will be able to do that for you. And then there's that added, just that strategy. So definitely, I invite everybody to sign up for our coaching program to really make sure that you're able to take these basic principles that we're giving you and make sure that you have the strategy, the mindset, the connections that you need to actually hit those targets. All right.
yeah,
So those are your next steps. And I just want to really take this time to share with everyone, you've seen how do we actually hit our money goals? And I want to take a moment to share with everyone just a little bit more about what else that Student Dream has to offer. So for everyone who is looking at this, you can go to studentdream.org to learn all about how we help students win with money. Okay. And so all of our training is about helping you to financially thrive before and after graduation. Okay. That's what we are committed to, because that journey of financial freedom isn't easy. And even though most students struggle with money, we want to help you win. That is your transformation story, right? You do not have to struggle with money anymore. You do not have to be a broke college student. You don't have to build that weight. I know what it's like to be a broke college student, and I know what it's like to be a wealthy college student who's getting $80,000 in scholarships every day, who's working super flexible part-time jobs, who's being able to travel the world because of the relationships that I have, getting paid internships with companies that are interesting, and then finding a paid job after college, having, that really allows me to win with money. That was my story in college, right? And I wouldn't have been able to do that without learning some of these principles. And even more, right? My goal for you all is to graduate with $10,000 in savings, a fully funded investment account, with a job that you enjoy, and confidence to win with money. Okay. And we do that. We have our main two programs. We have our Money Matters boot camp, right? And so our Money Matters boot camp is an online boot camp, right? It's a self-paced program to really help you build out your vision for money and life. Okay. And so in these 5 self-paced modules, you'll be able to understand like just the basics of, again, how to win with money, how to invest in the stock market, how to build great credit, how to graduate debt free or start paying off your debt if you have graduated with debt, how to pay yourself first, how to build out that financial plan. Okay. So definitely look into that if you want to win with money. And then we also have the Student Investors Club. Okay. And so with the Student Investors Club, you get access to the Money Matters Bootcamp, but then you also, right, get access to the monthly group coaching, right? And it's all for $74, right? I'm going to help you be a millionaire for $74. $74, right? I literally showed Daryl how to be a millionaire, right? But how can you actually be a millionaire for $74? And that it's not going to stay that price for very long, right? That price will definitely be going up after August. So I encourage you to sign up. All right. So that we can really give you that extra coaching you need. And from there, we can give you access to some of the opportunities in our network. All right, y'all. So the links to both of those will be in the chat or in the comments section. Okay, but that is it from me. Daryl, any final thoughts, questions? How do you feel after going through this session?
Yeah, I feel that I have to expand my mindset on money. Like I noticed that I've been like with my goals is like low, and I'm not really like broad out with my money vision. I guess because it's like my environment and people I hang around, they're not really like focused on money and focused on having a goal for their money. So it's like me, it's just like, oh, I don't have nobody to really like push me to really focus on my money goal. And just more so,
Yeah.
yeah, work and spend rather than you got to work, save, invest. You know, it's not just about working and spending money. It's more to it than just working and spending.
Yeah, it's so much more, man. I love it. And that's what we're here for, right? I didn't have that mindset before, but because I had coaches, mentors, and experiences that really expanded my mind, that's what helped me to think bigger. And there's also sometimes emotional stuff that we have to work through, and
Hmm.
so I want to ask you this and ask everybody this who's listening. What does wealth sound like to you? What does wealth sound like to you? So what would be the soundtrack that's playing? What's the song that's playing in the background, right? When you hit those wealth goals, those money goals that you have.
um, Maybe like an actual song.
Actual song. Yeah, actual
Oh,
song.
oh, the song. I'm on top of the mountain. It's my future. It's a song.
All right.
From
Let
the
me let's see if
future.
I can. I'm on top of the mountain by Future. Let's see. Let's see if
Wait,
we
I
can
think
get
that's
this. I'm not
this
going to
is
pull it up now, but
rich. Um,
whatever the song is, definitely hold it. And like for everybody listening, like you got to have that song in your mind, right? Because you constantly needed that reminder to keep you motivated, to keep you committed, and moving forward, right? But I want,
oh,
yeah,
lifestyle. It's called lifestyle
Lifestyle by Future,
by Rich Gang. Rich Gang.
Lifestyle by Rich Gain. All right, perfect. But yeah, so like that's what I want for you. Okay, I want you to be able to have that soundtrack playing, to have that feeling. Honestly, for me, I want financial freedom, professional freedom, financial peace, just financial relaxation. Ah, feels great, right? And that's what I want for every single for you, Daryl, for all the students watching and listening. And that's within reach. Okay. So definitely, Daryl, make sure you sign up for either the Money Matters boot camp. I would say sign up for the Investors Club, for the premium version, so you can get that monthly group coaching, and we can
Mm-hmm.
actually start to break down what is your strategy, right? How do we? It's one thing to come to these sessions, but let's actually put together that personalized strategy for you, so we can get you to those goals that you have and that you want by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any
Yeah.
questions for me?
No, that's it.
All right, man. Well, I love it. I love it. I will see you soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. And for everyone else, we will be meeting next week, next Wednesday, same time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, to go over how to create your budget, because your budget is going to be that bridge between these goals and you actually achieving your goals. All right. Let me know what other topics you want to hear about, topics you want to discuss, questions that you have, and I'll be happy to put out another video around that. But in the meantime, follow us at The Student Dream. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll be coming out with new videos every single week, y'all, because I want to see you win with money before and after graduation. All right. Grace and peace.
All right. Thank you. See you.